Shame, shame, shame.
Yes, welcome. Shame TV Watch. I am your humble host with the most. I am not going to be on long. So I see that somebody I'm subscribed to, Candy Kisses, is live. You do not have to cut your stream off, sister. I am not going to be up here long. Because I know we might share some of the same subs. But I'm not going to be up here that long. I just want to. I'm sitting here watching playoff basketball. Okay, I'm watching the Boston Celtics for Snap. I'm glad he's here. Thank you very much. I'm watching the Celtics, these young, gritty Celtics. Just dig it out, man. They're finding a way to win, finding a way to play tough against all these teams, despite the odds. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome. So, yeah. What up, my nigga Wizax? I'm sitting back here. I'm relaxing. I hadn't planned on doing anything. Actually, I was making a shirt. I'm in the middle of making another Shame TV shirt. And for the people who came through and bought some stuff today, appreciate it. I think someone bought some socks, some Shame TV socks. Yes, I do have Shame TV socks. It's official.
Shame, shame, shame.
So someone bought some socks. Here, take this off me, son. Someone bought some socks and I think a Shame TV shirt, so I appreciate that love. So anyway, I'm in the back. I'm just chilling, man. I'm waiting for the game, actually. You know, I was actually making the shirts. So I said I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch basketball because I don't really watch it that much anymore like I used to. So because I think it's fake somewhat. It's staged to a degree. So anyway, I'm watching it, and Go Celtics are playing wonderful. I'm making a shirt, and I keep getting these messages about certain people going live and saying they're going to do this and they're going to take that. Now, I'm going to just do this real quick. First off, Sarnetta, we know what it is. We all grown. We all know you want attention. So here you go. You know, this is for you. Also, you can use the shame bell. Now, there's somebody in here right now. Triple C is in here. She has her own platform, okay? She occasionally uses the shame bell. You want to know why I never say anything about her using the shame bell? It's because the fact that she can lift it. So the fact that she can lift it is much like Thor's hammer. If one can lift it, one will then be worthy. You see what I mean? Like when Vision lifted it, Thor didn't say anything because what? Vision was worthy. So that's kind of how I roll with that, with the shame bell. You know, you can use the shame bell, but it's only if you be worthy. You know, excuse me, if you be worthy. Okay? You can't just wield it and think you can do whatever willy-nilly. You have the power. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You are worthy. You can only do it if you're worthy. Right here, I'll show you.
Shame.
It's easy.
Shame. Shame.
Yes, it's like a lot of people are actually worthy of this. So it's not something where no one can do it, but don't. It's a lame attempt of looking for attention. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can find attention in other ways. So we know you want the attention because you've been coming around consistently, and in my chats and stuff. And I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? This is YouTube, man. This is not like it's just YouTube, man. It's just commentary. People giving their commentary, how they feel about shit, what they think about shit. That's all it is. So I'm just addressing it right now. Sorry, you can use the bell, man, only if you're worthy. It is not for filth. And the way that you choose to use it is just in an antagonizing, corny ass way. We can have our little one-on-one side that we already won the first one by default because you didn't show up, which is cool, which is your business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying you didn't show up, so I won by default. But the shit is fucking funny because even the Mick asshole was trying to do that for a while that I heard and through the grapevine. And I'm like, yo, it's one thing to try to act like you're gonna do what somebody's doing as a way of fucking with them, joking around. And then it's another thing to try to steal their whole, gimmick. And that's what happens with certain people who like that SOS thing we talked about earlier today. That's called stealing. That's stealing somebody's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally went over there and took them people's shit and came back and told everybody this is yours and this is your creation in the whole 9 yards on the hopes that no one would find that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So for shit like that, that's what the shame belt comes out for. When you hide a person like Polite for years, let him do all the shit he was doing. Not only do you let him do all the shit he was doing, you tell everybody who was saying the shit about him, about how you was hiding him and protecting him and this, that, and the third. Everybody who even mentioned that shit to you, son, that you called us haters, you said all this extra shit. And now you come to find out all of it was true.
Shame.
You haven't apologized to any of us for doing that, for spending our time exposing this nigga and telling the truth about it, telling how you was covering up for him and allowing him to get away with it.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And that's the truth. So before you even think that you can wield this belt, Sonetta, please, please, please recognize that only those who are worthy can do such, yo. If you are not worthy, you cannot do it. And right now, you are not worthy. You are still in the beginning stages of telling people basically what was really going on behind the scenes. Not to mention, you were still in the beginning stages of telling people what was going on. I have to reiterate, you have yet to apologize to us. You have yet to come out and say, yo, you know what? I apologize to you guys for saying all the shit I was saying about you, for calling you a hater, saying that you was just hating on Polite when it comes to find out all of that shit was true. That's what I want to hear. An actual fucking apology. And then you can think about actually touching the bell. And that's it. No other reason, no other. You just got a lot of shit that you got to make amends for.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And if you don't do it, you can't wield the bell. That's all it is. So all in all, before we go, I did want to play something for you guys. Sonetta, you're not going to take up my evening. I did want to play something for you guys real quick. It was something that came on to a channel who I'm looking at right now, who's pushing out a lot of videos and a lot of information. When you people do that, it's a lot of work involved. Yeah, he has no worth. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, you haven't even apologized, yo. You haven't even apologized to the people you was calling hater and disrespecting us all this time. You were disrespecting the fuck out of us all this time. You were disrespecting the fuck out of us. And you was calling us haters all on your platform, which is a hell of a lot bigger than ours. And you was doing this shit on a routine basis. And you haven't said anything. And it would be something if the things we were saying were not true, or we were just, some of it was, nigga, everything we fucking said before came to pass. Everything we said about Polite came to pass. Everything that we mentioned about what was going on in the background. Y'all staging, editing shit, making him look as though he was some sort of phenom, his age, etc. All of that shit. All of that shit plays a part. And what was going on in this whole community? You bullying people, bullying other platforms that people probably don't even like. The nigga Joel Benjamin, like you was straight threatening Joel Benjamin and all of that shit on some gangster type shit. Like you'll roll over there. All of that, man. Like it's a lot that you've done, man. The back and forthness. The back and forthness with 1 minute you with this person, the next minute you not with this person. And it'd be one thing if you said, I'm not with this person, I ain't with that person, and that be how it is. Like over here, once we out with somebody, we out with that person. It ain't no back and forth shit. I don't wish them brothers no harm or nothing like that, but at the same time, yo, it ain't no back and forth shit. Like when I said, you'll never catch me on Sinetta's couch, nigga. You'll never catch me on Sinetta's couch. Now I hope Sinetta changes and doesn't start being a real positive force, you know what I'm saying, with his platform, which he can because his platform is big enough and to be a positive force. But and if he doesn't, and even if he does, it's not going to change anything. I'm just going to move on to the next shady nigga because there's no need of talking about Sinetta no more because he's on the right path. He's doing the right thing. He being the person that he said he wanted to be or that he's supposed to be. So if that's the case, there's nothing else for me to talk about. But until that happens, you know, right, I still wouldn't go over there. I'm still not going over there as far as physically ever. But it seems that Sinetta wants a one-on-one confrontation. And I don't have any problem with giving it to him. You know what I mean? And like I tell everybody, it doesn't have to be on my page. I'm not trying to use your platform or use your name to boost my page and my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to make money off my channel, I can just add commercials to my channel. It's really not hard. And I'm going to eventually, but it's not hard. I can do that. So this page is big enough as far as the requirements, so I could do that. It's no big deal. So I'm not trying to build my platform off of you. I'm not trying to have you over here. So see, look, Beetle, he want family. He want me to come. I'm doing him a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit that I know you'll say and do. That's why I always say I'll fuck with Sinetta, but just at a distance. Like a here to China distance, you know.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But yeah, before I do move on, I just want to say, Sinetta, you have to be worthy. If you'd like to wield this belt, you can be worthy. And with your platform, you can do a lot of shaming, like shaming of these politicians, shaming of these judges who are colluding every day. Like every time these niggas start talking about the prisons and brothers and sisters, I don't even want to talk about that because y'all are missing the whole point. The point is the courtroom in which sends them there. That's how they get there. So how do they get there? They get there because the judges and the prosecutors are colluding with one another every day. Prosecutors commit prosecutorial misconduct every day. Every single day. So that's just how it rolls. Like those things need to be called out and you need to take a shame. I'll give you a shame bell. I'll do just like Infinity Wars. I'll make you your own bell, Sinetta. We'll call it Stormbreaker. Stormbreaker. And we'll give you your own shit. And then you could take that belt and you could go do your own thing. What up, Suey? This nigga Chemo in here, Triple C Doran, Shadow Assassin, Bill Lee. Who else am I missing? I haven't even been looking too much in the chat. I'm running my mouth. Tulsa. Because I didn't even plan on going live until this weirdo decided he wanted to come out and do live streams about me and how he's going to take my belt while I'm watching Boston just utterly destroy Philly right now. But how he wants to take my belt, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, that's the best you got, Sonetta. You gonna take my shame, bro. You're not worthy to even lift that shit. You can't lift that, though. You even if I gave Sonetta the power of the Hulk, that nigga couldn't lift that belt. It will never happen.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So before we get off, like I said, I ain't planning on keeping y'all on, because the game is on. I want to play something. It's only going to be like 5 minutes, and then, well, it might be like 10, and then we'll move on. Now, this comes from, again, let me preface before I play anything. This is not my audio. This is open audio. So open as far as YouTube's concerned that you can find it on YouTube. And it's called YP, meaning, well, you know, over here his name isn't YP because we don't use his name in videos. But Young Buffalo on interracial dating, you know what I'm saying? And this video is by Soli Dolo. I might even put it up and screen share. I'm working right now on a damn shirt. Okay, now I'm gonna just play it. How about that? But before we do, one more time. You're not worthy, Sonetta.
Shame. Shame.
You are not worthy.
Shame.
Kev Gills is selling his forehead sweat as moisturizer. Wow.
Yo, what's going on? Let's let young Pharaoh Marshall Daniels speak to Kev Gills, Kevin Gillespie, Kevin Brian Gillespie. Let's let him speak to you. Listen closely, you dumb fuck, Kev Gills.
Again, this is not my audio. This is fair use. This is public audio that we are playing here this evening for critique purposes. I want you guys to actually take the children out of the room if they're in there, because some of this gets a little vulgar. Some of it we might even skip over because I wouldn't say those things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try not to play it on my platform because some of those things I wouldn't say myself about somebody. But I mean, I can listen to people talk about other people. Like, for God's sakes, we've heard fucking Hassan Campbell, his filthy ass mouth. So I don't think this is worse than that. But just pointing out that this is not my opinion. This is not my audio. This is just me using public audio that I came across as fair use to critique.
To answer the questions that people keep asking me, for whatever reason, how do I feel about interracial dating?
How do you feel
now,
about it?
I'm going to answer this question as maturely as possible.
Okay.
Before I give a build on why.
Okay.
But one, me personally, due to me having common sense and intelligence, I see the superior emotional and mental strength of the Black woman due to the fact that no other woman on the planet has been physically, mentally, or emotionally abused more over longer periods of time than the Black woman and still has been able to function. So therefore, that's the type of woman that I want functioning in my house, because she shows me that she can endure hell itself. With that being said, second, science will prove that the genetic makeup of the Black woman is superior and that all people come from this woman. So, like they say, there's nothing better than the original. Why wouldn't you want the original woman, let alone the most dominant woman? Why would you want anything other than the best? Why? You don't go to the car lot and get the broke car. You don't go to the car lot and get the one that's scratched in the back, or that the transmission ain't working and you don't want to pull off with that one, the one that they trying to jig you with. Nah, you want the best car on the lot. Well, the Black woman is the best car on the lot, and that's the one I want to drive. So there, with that being said, that's why there will always be a Black woman in my household. I don't care if she got 1 kid, 100 kids, none of that. That's the queen, and she always has a spot in my house, period. But with that being said, interracial dating. I'm going to tell you exactly why interracial dating is not good, and I'm not going to use race like everybody else, because I'm not going to hold you up. Just like females, y'all might feel like there are some beautiful white men. Me personally, I feel like damn, it is some beautiful white women on this planet, and Chinese women, and all other women that claim some type of nationality, but sticking with black and white. There are some beautiful white women on this planet, even I must admit that. But I have enough intelligence to know that all things that look good might not be good. With that being said, I'm sticking with the black woman. Now, with that being said, interracial dating is very, 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 very unhealthy to the child being born. And I'll tell you why. Because black men, apparently you with this white woman because you do not possess the emotional strength to be with a black woman. Because a black woman, like you might say she's hard to control or she's feisty. No, that is the lioness. And you are a cub. You ain't no lion yet. So a cub want another cub. You don't possess the mental and emotional strength to be with a black woman. So you run to the white woman. Because the white woman gonna make you feel like a man. The black woman gonna let you know you a boy when you think you a man. So that's why you run to the white woman. Now, another reason why it's very detrimental to the child is because knowledge. Unless this white woman is going to teach her mulatto child that we enslaved you, we enslaved your father's side, Christianity is a lie. Everybody on your father's side that's Christians is only Christians because my great-grandfather raped your great-great-great-grandmother and we forced this on them and we cut the babies out y'all stomach and stepped on the head and lynched y'all and tired y'all and feathered y'all and ripped y'all in half with horses. And that when you go to school and you mulatto, everything that we teach in the school is a lie and it's all Western civilization to further indoctrinate any children that come out looking like your father. Unless the white woman is teaching that, she can't be your wife because she...
Okay, and before we continue, we hope that when you lead this new righteous, whatever you call it, that the white people, you inform them of this before they join your group.
She doesn't have the child's best interest at hand because she's not telling the child the truth. Now, you can say I'm being racist or what you want, but this is just the truth. If my wife teach my children, or you're going to teach my children the truth, the good and the bad about black people. Just like I will tell my children when I have some. You see them dumbass retards at the corner? I used to be one of them dumbass retards, and you don't want to be one of those. Or you see this, you see me today, this is what you want to be. Unless a white woman is going to tell her child, her mulatto child, do you see all these white people walking around today? Well, everything they got come from the suffering of everybody on your father's side. It ain't shit. Unless she gonna tell her kid that, you don't need to be with that white woman because she doesn't have your child's best interest at hand. Period. We're not about to play this game. How can a black man be with a white woman and you think that this is healthy for the child and you don't?
Now, right now, we're listening to Young Buffalo, Young Marshall, Allah. And Marshall right now is going in on his take on interracial dating. This audio comes from Soli Dolo. This is not my audio, but this is Young Marshall going in, addressing Kev Gills and interracial dating, addressing Kev Gills and interracial dating. It's fair use. This is open audio. We're just playing for a critique.
I had no plans on mentally teaching this child. Is that white woman going to tell that mulatto kid, oh, we made up Christmas, that shit's a lie. We made up Easter, that shit's a lie. We made up Halloween, that shit's a lie. Oh, by the way, all the holidays are actually a lie that my European side of the family made up. Oh, yeah. And this diet that we're eating, this meat, this bloody steak that we're eating, it comes from me my ancestors being in the Caucasus Mountains and us eating raw bloody meat. And that's why I like bloody meat. Is she going to tell the kid that about the diet? No. So why are you with her? She doesn't have your best interest in hand because she don't even know who she is. And you apparently don't know who you are. That's why you with her. So my thing on interracial dating is you can date all the goddamn white women.
We want to know, Kev Gills, is that the reason why you interracially date? Is because you are emotionally weak and you can't handle a black woman? Because that's what Pharaoh says. Oh, excuse me, Marshall. Most people don't know him as that, so we'll use that. Young Marshall says the reason that black men like you who date outside their race do so because you can't emotionally handle a black woman. I think the term he used was cub. Am I mistaken, guys? Wasn't the term he used is cub? You're a cub and you can't handle the lioness. or something to that degree. So apparently, Kev Gills, why people feels that you are a cub and you can't handle, you know, a black woman, I guess. This is not my take. Okay? This is not my take on it. I have my own specific feelings on interracial dating. So this is not my take. But I'm saying we do know that you guys are rolling around now on this new movement, and Young Farrell has his own, Young Marshall has his own particular stance on interracial dating, and it's in conflict with you because you seem to have no problem with it.
So why are you with her? She doesn't have your best interest in hand because she
doesn't have your best interest at hand, Cal.
Even know who she is, and you apparently don't know who you are. That's why.
Do you know who you are, Kev? This is a question that we're asking in a critique manner. We're going over the fact that two people are partnered up on YouTube and with completely different stances. So we're wondering, are these guys doing this just for some sort of mutual gain, or what? Because there's no way that you could share the same opinions about anything. Like for instance, for instance, General Seti and Young Marshall also engage in what they try not to call Egyptology, but it is, because you didn't go over there and excavate anything. You just went over there and seeing what people already did. But so they seem to share a lot of the same opinions on things. But Kev, you're a Christian. As far as I remember, you're a Christian. So I thought that they banged on the Bible and they banged on. You mean to tell me you're going to allow these brothers to down your faith like that and still be with them? That's crazy. This shit is kind of crazy, man. But do you know who you are? Because he says people like you don't know who you are.
You with her. So my thing on interracial dating is you can date all the goddamn white women you want. But unless they teaching that the black man is God and that the black woman is the goddess, so that people can understand it, that black people are the original people of the planet Earth and the divine, and God's divine children or children of the sun and the melanated beings, and unless she is teaching that, yes, she is a mutated offspring of a event that took place on the island of Pelon, which is recorded in their secret Masonic Bible,
that he
then
read,
you don't need to be with that white woman. But if that white woman is talking,
you read a secret Masonic Bible? You must tell us when you read this.
Talking that shit, marry her. I will bring the ring down the aisle.
Whoa, pause, nigga. Just because she does that means all the other stuff you said is disqualified? I don't know. Wasting away in Marijuanaville.
You call it. I will be that. If she's keeping it real like that, shit, I might need her because some of these black women ain't keeping it real like that. Some of these Christian
hey. And Christian black women? Kev's a Christian. Why are you dissing your man like that? Damn.
That. If she's keeping it real like that, shit.
That's the white girl.
Some of these black women ain't keeping it real like that. Some of these Christian black women. But with that being said,
you heard her
telling the truth like that.
With that being said, hold on. This guy's all over the place. First, he goes through and tells me how bad the white woman is. These pro-black niggas, man. Sound like anybody? First, he tells me how she's just totally genetically not for you, the whole 9 yards. But if she goes and capes for you in public, then I guess it's okay. And then Why you keep talking shit about Christian black women? I told you, man, Kev's a Christian. You talking about your man's religion like that.
Be that. If she's keeping it real like that, shit, I might need her because some of these black women ain't keeping it real like that. Some of these Christian black women. But with that being said, if the white...
It appears that he has a problem with Christianity and white women and brothers who date white women. I don't see how him and Kev Gills are having even a mere conversation.
Woman ain't on it telling the truth like that about where she come from and about what's really going on in the world. You don't need to be with her because ain't no illusion in the world worth living in that much. Ain't no lie worth believing in that much. Oh, I love her and she loved me. So I love.
Oh, Kev, do you love her, Kev? Does it matter? Do you agree with him that your love shit for her doesn't really matter in this climate that we're in as a people? These are questions that we would like to address to the brother Kev Gills. You know what I'm saying? As Jason Tatum dunks on a fast break to further the lead over the Sixers snap.
The lot of motherfuckers, and they stab me right in the back. Love is one element of a relationship. You think love automatically includes loyalty? It automatically includes trust? No. How many people you know love their man and is doing 25 to life right now because he told? How many black women you know love their man and is heartbroken because he cheated on them? Probably with the white woman. But it's like love is just one half, people. I love black people, but I can't. That don't mean that they love me back. That don't mean that they love me for this truth.
Okay, enough of that shit. So I'm getting ready to cut it right there on that audio. Kev Gills.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What's up, man?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I'll direct this question to the people, man. What are we to make of that? Of what you just heard? Before I cut this stream, let me get some feedback. I'm going to actually go to the chat. Let's get some feedback. What do you make of what you just heard? What do you make of what you just heard? This is insane. There's no way that he can hotness. It's like he's entitled to his opinion. Hold on. I'm gonna play it away. I'm gonna play the rest of it.
Will never work. Never, ever, ever in the history of history work unless the white woman is telling the same truth that the black man is supposed to be telling. Peace.
Okay, you heard what he said, and I agree with a lot of what he said right here. You know, Kev Gills, if you're listening, you need to take heed to what the fuck he said. But I want you guys to pay attention to this because some of you women are being fooled. Because in one instance, he is telling you that he doesn't want to deal with interracial relationships. It has nothing to do with him. He doesn't deal with
the
that.
usual fuckery.
Depending on the type of woman, I would, and I would say if somebody else did, and she's the type that's going to spit the truth about our people, shit, I even bring the ring down the aisle for you when you're going to marry her. Listen.
Bear, ring bear, whatever you call it, I will be that. If she's keeping it real like that, shit. Island of Pelon, which is recorded in their secret Masonic Bible, then you don't need to be with that white woman. But if that white woman is talking
just because she taught something different, you can exclude all the secret Masonic shit?
Shit, marry her. I will bring the ring down the aisle. I will be the pallbearer, ring bearer, whatever you call it. I will be that. If she's keeping it real like that, shit, I might need her because some of these black women ain't keeping it real like that. Some of these Christian black women. But
so you mean to tell me you wouldn't take the time to edify and educate the women from your race?
No.
You would rather deal with a white woman because you're saying if she's spitting the truth, some of the black women aren't spitting the truth. You'd rather deal with the white woman. Let's hear it again.
And unless she is teaching that, yes, she is a mutated.
Again, this is for fair use purposes. In Pharaoh YouTube's flagging teams, Young Marshall YouTube flagging teams. This is not my audio. This is fair use. This audio is actually readily available on YouTube right now. So as a matter of fact, as far as open public audio goes. So we're just using it for critique purposes.
Offspring of a event that took place on the island of Pelon, which is recorded in their secret Masonic Bible,
That he
then
read.
you don't need to be with that white woman. But if that white woman is talking that, shit, marry her. I will bring the ring down the aisle. I will be the pallbearer, ring bearer, whatever you call it. I will be that. If she's keeping it real like that, shit, I might need her because some of these black women ain't keeping it real like that. Some of these Christian black women. But with
So you're saying you might need her, meaning the Caucasian, the white woman, the woman you're speaking against in this video. You are walking contradiction every time you go. It's like video to video. If you watch one video, it's like the 6 degrees of separation. You know what I'm saying? Like the 6 degrees, no, that's 6 degrees of separation. The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's like one video is connected to the other video, is connected to this video, this video. It's like all these videos he's using. If you go from one video to the next, it's a contradiction to the next video. This video is contradicting this video. This video contradicts the video he did last year. The video he did when he first came in contradicts the video he did last week. Like, yo, this dude is a contradiction. Although I agree with what he's saying here, in a lot of what he's saying, he's a contradiction in many ways. I'm not going to sit up here and say I disagree with him because he sees what Caucasian women and Asian women that he finds to be attractive, because people of other races, we all have seen people from different races or, you know, whatnot that we find to be attractive. Like, I've seen women in other races that I said, damn, she's an attractive woman. But when you...
And always remember that anything that someone said, he must be rolling over in his bed right now. That anything that somebody says before the word but is bullshit, meaning disregard. So though he may say, yeah, there are some attractive white women, but meaning fuck all that. Not in this day and not in this time.
Make this action to go there, that's when it turns different. Now, my thing is, if you're someone who is indulged in interracial relationships, that would not be enough for me to lose my friendship with you or anything like that.
Right.
But it would show me a few things about you, like what he said in some of this stuff in the beginning. So again, I know people who are indulged in involved in interracial relationships. But the thing is when it comes to the children is where the problem comes, because they go to school and they have to make a decision. Either you're going to choose the so-called black side or the so-called white side. And there's no in-betweens. You know, kids can be very, very, very hurtful with the words that they use. So sometimes the children are the ones who are affected the most, and then they grow up and they have all this anger towards the world because they don't know which side to accept. They feel like they're not accepted by either side in some cases, and they don't have any particular group of people that they can go to and say, this is my people, or these are my people. So I look at it from that perspective, but you do what you want to do. You can date whomever you choose to date. But my thing is this. I say stick with people who are of your race. And if you're not going to do that, it's not a problem with me. That's something you will have to deal with when you are walking around and your children are coming to you and asking, what am I? And you have to make that.
Like I said, where am I?
Makes sense. And then you're telling your kids one thing, or your children, and then your spouse is telling, or the family other is saying something different because you come from two different walks of life. You know, you're a so-called African American, and you're dealing with someone so-called Caucasian. So therefore, what the Caucasian person is going to tell the children as far as their lineage and history is going to be different from what you're going to tell, which can clash, because when you look at history, we've had bad soil and turmoil between the two races. So you're left at a conflict, then they have to figure out, okay, do I accept both sides of me, or do I accept one side? When you have people in society saying you got to make a choice, either or, it can't be in between, whereas you have very small people that are saying now, like, yo, I'm going to accept both sides. If I'm Caucasian, I'm going to accept that side. If I have African genes in me, or so-called African genes, I'm going to accept and embrace that side as well. But when you start to really look at it, it's difficult to do that when you start to look at all the atrocities that have taken place in current times between our people, which are so-called African-American people, and Caucasian people. So again, Kev Gills, he's talking to you. So when you look at
and I'm going to cut it off right there because it gets a little bold. So, Kev Gills, How do you feel about that, man? This dude talking about that. We want to know how Kev Gills feels about interracial dating. And a question we'll ask, we're about to cut this stream off, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask one more question for the night. At what age should you drop the young from your name? Now, at what age should that term be dropped, young? Because there's a lot of people who are running around here who are like 24, 25 years old, which everybody knows, especially when you're 25 years old. In like 10 years, you can be the president. You're old enough to be the president and run for presidential office and shit like that. So at what age should that young be dropped? About 25? Yeah, because you're a grown ass man. I mean, you're a grown ass man. And so we'll address that in another stream, but I just want to throw that out there. At what age? Some people said about 25, at 21-ish. Yeah, because for real, 19 is young. You're young. 18, you're running around. You just got your freedom, pretty much. Some of us a year or two before. I was pretty much free at 17 because I wasn't in any trouble. I was responsible as a teenager. So I had freedom. I could stay out late and do shit. So, but when you hit around 21, 22, man, like people are starting to look for you to start, getting a job, getting your own place, producing for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you should drop it because Jay-Z was using it for a while, way too long. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like when you're able to start doing certain things, that's why I say when I look at certain ages, like 16, like you're able to drive a fucking big ass machine that can kill somebody. You're able to just drive that shit around all over town if you want. You know what I'm saying? Without a parent around you or in the car with you and this, that, and the third, So it's like once you're still functioning in society, but you're young, So once you hit 24, 25, man, you should really drop that young shit, G. You ain't that young no more, So you're not, you're not a kid anymore. You can't say things like, we're just talking to the youth. No, you are old enough to be talking to the youth now. Like at this point right now, there's players in the NFL, the NBA, those playing those sports leagues, white and black, who are 23, 25, 26 years old. And what do? Part of their requirements of playing in the league is mentoring children and going to these little league games and dealing with what? Going to high schools and junior high schools, dealing with what? The youth. So you're not in the youth anymore. You're not in the youth anymore. It's not how it rolls. Hold on. Somebody block this person. Because I don't do crazy. I told you I don't know you. So I'm going to prove that I don't know you. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't get the wrong person. As Bill. Okay. Somebody grabbed it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know you. I told you I don't know you. You're creeping me out. Get out of here. Please stop coming around here. Anybody who with the single rose, and they're smelling it and they're gazing at me through a picture and shit, trying to slide messages to my hangout and shit, like that is an immediate turn off. That is an immediate, I don't know you. That is an immediate, get the fuck away from me. That is an immediate, I will not engage you in any way, shape, form, or fashion that you think you're going to get. Yes, shoo. That's perfect, shoo. Like, and not going to engage you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So just go away, please. Stop inviting me to stuff. What up? What up? What up? Stop inviting me to stuff. You know. Yeah, in his mind, he's definitely young in his mind. I guarantee you that. It's written all over his face. Like the way he complains when shit happens, he gets mad. Yo, motherfuckers. All I said was like, yo, come on, man. You're a grown man. Take responsibility for what you said. Because you said it. You must have meant it. So stand on what you said. But when people fire back, that's how you react. Yo, I'm ready for people to fire back at shit that I say, but I still watch the shit I say. Everybody here that's a part of my page, that's been with my page, know that we consistently talk about the Moors being Masons. We consistently talk about the Moors not having evidence to back up a lot of the things that they say. And we consistently talk about the Moors being in court and not having real-time evidence of Moorish science being applied in everyday life, especially in court. So everyone knows that I openly was addressing that shit, been addressing that shit. But was I dissing people? Was I straight calling the Moors faggot motherfuckers out here satanic ass? Was I doing all that shit? No, I wasn't. So, nigga, that's what you do because you're a sensationalist. You come out and you flap your hair around and with Tourette syndrome and start going off and all that little shit like a little SETI, just like the video I exposed had put up today. Please go check it out. You act just like a little baby SETI, like SETI from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? If you look at the video, it's a carbon copy of SETI 10 years ago. So, like, that's what you do. You do it in a disrespectful manner, and niggas know that shit, and they shitting on you for it, dog. That's why I could do the same thing. I could talk about Moors not having real time evidence like they should, this, that, and the third, because I openly say, yo, I'm trying to make it better. If what you're saying is correct, because I know a lot of that shit is correct. It is correct that the United States is listed as a corporation. All that shit is factual, nigga. Whether people want to believe it or not, I don't care. In the United States code and definitions for their codes, etc., will tell you the truth if you look them shits up. So, yo, I'm talking about really look up what's the actual definition of this term. It'll tell you what the shit means. So it's like, I know that is true. I know that a lot of that is real. But what I'm telling your ass is, in court, the shit you be saying and peddling to people, status correction, this, that, third, you got to do this, you got to say that, you got to do all of that shit, nigga. I've been there and done it real time. So that's what I'm looking for from you, real time. Because if you haven't, I'm checking you. If you got an L, a all, a day, a bay by your name, and you saying that shit, yo, I'm going to check you. I'm going to check you for when you've been to court, all that shit. If you got real-time application evidence, then or personal witness with first-hand knowledge, meaning yourself, you can attest to going and doing that, then I'm okay then. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, yo. And I'm still going to challenge it on its what we do here as far as the Moors. I don't necessarily challenge it. I challenge its effectiveness. That's all. It's not effective. There's other ways you could go to court and be effective than saying that. That's it. But I ain't trying to diss niggas and diss their whole fucking shit and shit on them and then act like I'm just doing it because I'm some sweeper saying shit like I'm a sweeper and I'm coming through and I'm speaking and I'm, yo, you basically telling everybody, dismissing everybody's shit like you got some right information. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. You fucking clown. Shame TV, East, Wizard, Sonetta, you cannot have the bell because like Thor said, you are just not worthy.
Shame.
You wouldn't be able to lift
Shame.
it. So there's no need in you even attempting. You wouldn't be able to lift it. And that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You go to the link. Damn, I didn't even, because this is a new store that I have. That I'm pushing all these new Shame TV shirts on, so I'm gonna have to put a link in there. I think Triple C did, because she's wonderful. So go check it out, and I'm gonna make sure I add a link to the page, to the home page. So y'all be safe, man. Good night, everybody. Sonetta, this is your little bit of attention. You wanted it, here you go, bro. You can't lift the bell because you are not worthy. in my Thor voice.